May is a wild month, so buckle up and get ready for an adventure. Hello, I'm Carrie Samuels, your intuitive counselor and happiness coach with your May forecast. And there's a lot happening this month, and it has been since last month. The energy is intensifying now. I know you've been feeling it, so if things have been coming up for you, please know you are not alone. This is meant to happen because you are making space for new growth, new identities emerging, a new way of expressing yourself. April was also a bit wild, and that's because we've had the eclipse and Mercury retrograde, and that energy is intensifying now. We've been in the eclipse portal since April 20th. What that means is eclipses are 2 weeks apart. And we had one on April 20th. That was a new moon eclipse. And the 2 weeks between eclipses is known as the eclipse portal. And that's when things come up for you. That's when you are letting go of things and realizing things that you haven't been processing, things that have been eclipsed from your consciousness come up for you so that you deal with them, because eclipses are fateful and destiny oriented. So there's a sense of letting go of a karmic pattern and sometimes fateful new beginnings and things that happen to you or that you attract into your life or people that you meet that may change the course of your life forever. So it's a very exciting time, and that's what we're in now. And we begin this month in that eclipse portal, and we have this very powerful eclipse on May 5th. It's a Scorpio full moon eclipse. Scorpio full moons tend to be more intense because Scorpio is all about what's in the shadow and connecting with the deepest parts of yourself so that you can have more intimacy and deeper connections. Scorpio's ruling planet is Pluto. It's also co-ruled with Mars. And Pluto is going retrograde. At the very first day of this month, May 1st, Pluto goes retrograde. And outer planets go retrograde for several months a year. So it's not really like a personal planet that feels very dramatic, but this one is dramatic. Everything about this month is a bit over the top. Pluto is the great transformer and the lord of the underworld, bringing up things from the shadow, and it's going retrograde at 0 degrees, which is the beginning of a sign. If you remember, Pluto just changed signs into Aquarius at the end of March and will be in Aquarius until June 11th, and then goes back retrograding into Capricorn, those final degrees of Capricorn. And then Pluto will be in Aquarius for 20 years, beginning in January of 2024. So these are era-defining moments. And Pluto going back and forth into these final degrees of Capricorn and beginning degrees of Aquarius, it's finishing up some business. And Aquarius rules society. Capricorn is our economy, our government. Aquarius is very forward moving. It's about technology and change and transformation in a way that everyone is celebrating their uniqueness. Everyone can really be co-equals in a way. And so those issues will be coming up as Pluto is retrograding. It's changing our government, our economy, the way we do business, the way we relate to each other. So that's happening the first of the month is when this change starts to happen, this retrograde happens. And it will be retrograde for several months. So Scorpio's ruling planet is Pluto, and we're having this wild eclipse on May 5th. Now, again, Scorpio's full moons are always pretty intense. To have it be a lunar eclipse is even more so. It's exponentially so. So this is a south node eclipse, which means it's connected to this part of our collective way of being where we're letting go of karmic patterns. So this is happening personally and collectively. And so there's sudden, abrupt endings and sudden, sometimes shocking revelations and things coming up for you so that you are forced to let go, to change a pattern that has been weighing you down and keeping you stuck. And again, this is happening in the world as well. And we're seeing things like things are happening very dramatically and very quickly sometimes, things that you never thought would happen. So this is a south node eclipse, which means there's a karmic ending to it. It's also at 14 degrees and it's on May 5th. So that's the 5th day of the 5th month, and 14 also reduces to the number 5, and 14 is a karmic number. So the 5, everything's a message. Nothing's random in the universe. So 5 is a lot of things, and the 14 karmic energy of 5 is all around freedom, how you've been restricting your freedom, how you've been dependent on people or circumstances or situations in a way that you may resent, but you feel like you need this for security. Well, these things are coming to an end. Things that you've been relying on, people that you've been relying on, and maybe resenting, that you feel that you need because you're afraid of moving forth in different ways. The universe is making you right now deal with those things so that you let them go. You're letting go of these identities, relationships, circumstances that have kept you stuck so that you can be liberated, so that you can find new ways of being, new ways of expressing yourself. And that 5 eclipse, that May 5th eclipse, the sun is conjunct Mercury and Uranus. And Mercury's how you communicate. Uranus is the freedom planet. It's the liberating planet. Aquarius's co-ruler is Uranus. So there's a lot of this energy this month that's around expression and freedom and finding new ways of expressing yourself, finding new ways of communicating, finding new ways of connecting with the world. 5 is also a number of speaking and communicating. Now, the sun is in Taurus for the first 3 weeks of this month, and Taurus rules the throat. And Taurus teaches you another way of being that's all about appreciating life's beauty, appreciating life's simple pleasures. Taurus, the element is fixed earth. It's stabilizing, it's grounding. After the Aries energy, which is all about really pioneering, it's like seed energy. Taurus is about finding a nourishing container, finding ways to nourish and nurture your ideas that are grounding, that give you security. So there's a lot coming up right now around what security really is. And this is one of the lessons that Taurus teaches you. It's all about what you value and who you value and valuing yourself. So you're learning to slow down and value what's truly important in life, to value your health, to value the beauty of the simple things in life, to value your self-worth. And that is what this month is about. Now, our sun is in Taurus, Mercury is retrograde in Taurus, and Mercury is how you think and how you communicate. And when Mercury is retrograde, which it will be until the 14th, again, the 14th, it teaches you to slow down and catch up with those intuitive parts of yourself, the information that you've been overlooking. So again, there's more of that. What did I miss? What have I not been seeing? What has been in front of me this whole time that I've been too busy rushing and striving and doing all these things that are stressing me out? What can I do now to slow down and appreciate what's right here, right now? Taurus is associated with money. And they talk about your funds appreciating, which means they're growing. And that's not an accident. It's about valuing even your material things, in a way that you feel grateful, you know the value of things, you know the energy and the care that goes into creating things, having things. And these are some of the lessons of Taurus and Mercury in Taurus, teaching you to slow down, value yourself, value your gifts, and express your true self. In numerology, May of 2023 is a 3 universal month. And 3 is also about communicating, speaking from your heart, things that have been in your heart that you've been wanting to say, need an expression. And all of the energy this month is compelling you to share your unique voice, your unique creativity, and your unique expression with the world. So can you see how beautiful and exciting this is? So when things happen to you, when you're drawing into you circumstances, people that are frustrating, maybe the universe is telling you to slow down and process and deal with things and recognize how you can express what's in your heart in those moments. So I have some action steps for you to really navigate in the most of this incredible time. Now, your first action step is to slow down. And I know that doesn't seem like an action step because it seems like maybe that's the opposite of action. Because how does slowing down help you be productive? Well, it actually does, especially with Jupiter and Taurus. And this is what we're going to learn for a whole year. The slow way is the fast way. The tortoise is going to win the race because you're really paying attention to things and you're learning how to draw things to you in a feminine way, in a yin way, through love, through appreciation, through nurturing, and through being connected to nature, which restores us all, to being connected to art and beauty, which feeds the spirit, which always helps every area of your life. So slow down and take time to process, which brings us to action step number 2, which is to feel your feelings. We're actually not taught how to do that. We're taught to think about our feelings. If I asked you how you're feeling, you'd tell me all the things going on in your life, or you'd say you're fine and not even think about it. Feel your feelings in your body. When you're thinking about something you want to do or something that upsets you or anything, what's happening in your body as you're experiencing that? We go straight to our minds all the time and try to explain things, but really take the time to feel them. Because the eclipses are going to have you processing a lot of emotions at once. And you can only really process and transform when you allow yourself to feel them. So get in your body, notice what's happening in your body. If things are uncomfortable, just breathe through them. Breathe life and light through your body until you feel things start to move for you. And the more adept you are at processing and feeling your feelings, the more you can transform them and make space for new growth. And your third action step is to change your story. We all have stories that we tell ourselves. I'm always a person who does this. I've always had this happen to me. Whatever that is for you, those are your karmic patterns, and you are letting go of them now. And now it's time for you to have a new version of yourself emerge. You are the heroine of your adventure story. How do you want to write this next chapter? So let's say you're someone who has always attracted romantic partners who are emotionally unavailable. Instead of saying to yourself, oh, I'm that person who always finds those people who will not be good for me, rewrite that for yourself. Know that you're that person who's learned from that and now can attract people who always support you and love you and value you for who you are. Let's say you're a person who's not been good with money before. Know that, yes, I learned from that. That was a drama in my story, and now I know that I can be responsible with money. I can attract lots of money. Whatever it is for you that you have identified with, change that for yourself, because this next chapter is unwritten and you can go on an incredible adventure and you can attract to yourself all good things to you. One of the reasons I love astrology is because it helps you understand your true nature, and when you understand your true nature, you can really align yourself with that. So if you'd like some assistance, I have a free Zodiac guide that will help you understand your sun sign and other people's sun sign so that you can live in accordance with your true nature and express your destiny in a way that feels in alignment with you. Now, if you'd like that, you can get that for free using the link below. And if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe to this channel. I have so much more I want to share with you. And I am wishing you an absolutely marvelous May and beyond. I love you so much. Lots of love. Bye for now.